The Truth Unfiltered, Episode 2, Fake News and How It Travels on Social Media.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to The Truth Unfiltered, your go-to podcast where we break down the madness of the internet. I'm Itchia.
I'm Marion.
And I'm Robe. And today, we're diving into something that has taken over our timelines, our news feeds, and honestly, our brains, fake news.
Yeah, fake news spreads faster than my coffee addiction, and social media is like the ultimate turbo boost for misinformation.
Oh, for sure. It's wild how one fake post can spiral out of control. So let's break it down. How does fake news even start?
All right, picture this. You're scrolling through your feed, you see a post that says, "Scientists say eating pizza for breakfast makes you live longer." And you're like, wow, finally some good news.
Immediately shares it, live your best life, everyone.
Exactly. And boom, you just became part of the problem. Fake news spreads fast because we don't fact check. We just hit share because it feels right.
And that's where confirmation bias comes in. People believe what fits their existing views. If you already think pineapples on pizza is a crime against humanity,
Which it is.
Debatable.
Then, if you see a post claiming scientists confirm pineapple on pizza is toxic, you're more likely to share it without thinking twice.
And let's not forget bots and trolls. Some accounts aren't even real people. Bots are automated accounts designed to spread misinformation, while trolls, well, they just live for chaos.
And the more people share, the more real it looks. Fake news doesn't just stay on one platform, it moves from small groups to bigger audiences, even making its way to actual news networks sometimes.
All right, let's take a step back in time for a second. Ever heard of the War of the Worlds?
Oh yeah, the radio show that made people think aliens were actually invading.
Classic. Back in 1938, Orson Welles performed a radio adaptation of The War of the Worlds, a fictional story about a Martian invasion in New Jersey. But since it was delivered as a serious news broadcast, people freaked out.
And when I say freaked out, I mean full-blown hysteria. People were running out of their homes, panicking. Some even sold their houses thinking the world was ending.
All because they thought what they heard was real. Imagine that happening today, but with social media.
Honestly, we don't even have to imagine. It is happening today.
Speaking of, let's talk about an actual fake news event. 2016, Trump protest in Austin.
Oh, this one's a classic. So, a Twitter user, Eric Tucker, who had 40 followers by the way, saw a bunch of buses parked in Austin. He assumed they were for a paid anti-Trump protest. No evidence, just vibes.
He tweets it out and at first, crickets. But then a Reddit group picks it up, conservative forums start sharing it, and suddenly it's viral.
Next thing you know, actual news outlets like Fox News are reporting on it, blogs are blaming George Soros, and even Trump himself tweets about it.
And by then, it didn't matter that the bus company later confirmed they were there for a tech conference. The fake news had already done its damage.
That's how misinformation snowballs. A tiny tweet turns into a global conspiracy theory.
So what can we do to stop falling for this stuff? Let's go over some quick tips.
Number 1, check the source. If the news comes from breaking news from yourmom.com, maybe don't trust it.
Number 2, cross-check. If you can't find the same info on credible sites like government websites, universities, or major news networks, be skeptical.
And number 3, don't just share because it confirms your opinion. Take a second. Think. Research.
Yeah, because misinformation thrives on knee-jerk reactions. And the best way to fight it? Slow down and think before you share.
Be the friend who fact-checks. Sure, your group chat might find it annoying, but you'll be the real MVP stopping them from looking dumb online.
Alright, so what have we learned today? Fake news spreads fast because of social media, confirmation bias, bots, and the general chaos of the internet.
And misinformation isn't just annoying. It can have real-world consequences like mass hysteria, conspiracy theories, and even influencing elections.
But we can stop it. Fact-check, question sources, and please don't just hit share because it sounds cool.
That's it for today's episode of The Truth Unfiltered. If you like this, share it, with real facts, not fake ones.
And if you see a wild fake news post, send it to us, and we'll roast it in the next episode.
Catch you next time. Stay skeptical, stay informed, and don't let the bots win.